Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's your girl, Becky D. We live every single morning, 7 days a week, 7 a.m. That's what we doing, and we aiming for that 7, okay? A number of completion. So, on this beautiful President's Day, unfortunately, I am one of those who has to be on the way to work because that's the way the cookie crumbles when we need to take a day off unexpectedly and they say we gonna have a makeup day. I don't know why, but it wasn't my fault. That's all I gotta say, and we get done with that topic. But since it is President's Day, let's talk about president. Nope, we're not talking about President Trump or anybody else who is in office. Let's talk about who is the president and the CEO of your life, of your business, of your entities. Who is your president? Do you let your boss be your president, or are you your president? Okay. Now, I'm not saying don't listen to the man. He don't know what he's talking about. I'm not saying stuff like that. But I mean, when it comes to making decisions, who's making the decisions? Is it you, or is it somebody else? Is it you, or is it somebody else? My thing is that you should really and truly think about that. You got a day off if you didn't have to work. You got a day. Think about it. And then I want you to think, well, what am I going to do about it? Okay? That's your next thought. What am I going to do about it? How am I going to change that? All right? Because simply, you should be the president of your life. Okay? You should hold yourself accountable. You should be the one making major decisions in your life. You should be the one, giving yourself laws and governance to go by so that you can be successful and fruitful in your life, in the many different things that you want to do and that you need to do, and sometimes that you have to do, okay? So it's very important that you think about these things, that you meditate on them and be like, you know what? Nobody else is here to do it. Why am I not doing it? Okay? Anytime you go into a surgery or an operation that's going to take a lot of time and has a lot of risk, they ask you a lot of questions. Sometimes now, even when you go to doctor offices, depending on which office you're going to, they ask a simple question. Do you have a living will? Do you have somebody who can speak on your behalf if you are unable to? And honestly, when I went to the doctor the other day, that had me thinking. I was like, I don't have either one. I mean, I did what any single person in 2020 would do. I put my mama name down. But, I mean, she ain't gonna, we're not in the same state. We're not in the same area. That's far-fetched and in between. So they're gonna have to call and be like, okay, well, let me catch you up on what the situation is. And she can't talk right now, but we need you to make a decision. I think I'm good. I think I'll go with the living will for 2,000 Alex, because those are my words written out. That's me in the mental state where I am able to understand what am I doing and what I am saying, and I'm doing it. I'm telling you what I want to happen. So yes, unfortunately, that means sitting down thinking about every bad decision that you'll ever have to make about your life. Okay, if I lose a leg or a limb and I'm unconscious, what do I want them to do? I'll obviously censure it up if it can't be saved. But the thing is, these are decisions that you have to make. There's no other government body that can make it for you. And if they do, they're going to be like, well, we had to make a quick decision and you couldn't talk. How would that make you feel? I know how that would make me feel. That would make me feel like I was nothing at that point. Like I was just limbs just sitting there on a bed and y'all just did whatever. I became a science experiment. Just something to really meditate on, okay? And I mean, if it comes to the point where it's, a lot of religions don't believe in blood transfusions. If you never say that, they just gonna do it. They're just gonna do it. Like, let's do it. Now, unfortunately, I have been in a situation where someone near and dear to me had a bad blood transfusion. So am I a little bit skeptical about blood transfusions now? Yes, of course I am. But if it's between giving me an extra day to write my book of my life, or go ahead and calling it quits right there, I'll take that extra day with a few risks. I'll take it. So there is some bad blood out there, but that doesn't mean you don't need it. Okay. If it will help you, I say take it. Now, being that we're talking about health, I'm just going to segue into this, then we're going to get back onto the topic, okay? It is very important to monitor the things that happen in your life health-wise and assess the situations, okay? There has been a few scares in my life, and I'm no longer going to allow them to take control. I am fighting every day to make sure that I am up on my health. I am up on the things that I need to do. I'm getting back into the swing of doing the things that I need to do. I'm monitoring what I put inside my body, and I'm monitoring how it comes out, because that's very important. If you don't believe that, you want to know how you dehydrated, it ain't because you're feeling woozy in the head, your knees a little shaky, it ain't all that. It's a simple fact. You check your urine, and you will see. You will see. If your urine look like it came out of an apple juice bottle 5 years ago, then you might need to drink some water. But I mean, it's just that dark, nasty looking stuff. But listen to your body and do something when your body is telling you something, okay? Just before I started this, I went to Pulp. It's a juice and smoothie place. Because I had a little bit of dairy the other day, and it's still kind of sitting with me, and I needed a happy tummy. I don't need an upset tummy. So I went and I got a ginger shot, and in that ginger shot there, they have fresh squeezed ginger, fresh squeezed lemon, and then I got turmeric sprinkled on the top, because turmeric is very good for the stomach. It's spicy, okay? It's good. Ooh, that's the kind of heat that alcohol, okay, that liquor, that's the kind of heat that it cannot provide. I'm not making it up, but y'all go any place that does juicing, okay, ask them for freshly squeezed ginger with lemon with turmeric on top, if they have turmeric, and you will see what I'm saying. If it's not freshly squeezed, it won't provide that burn like it did with me, okay? But it's boosting my mood. It's going to boost my energy. It's going to help my immune system, and the turmeric is going to help my tum-tum, okay? So you can take those steps that you need to take so you can be successful in the long run, all right? Okay, now getting back to the topic. See, I made that decision by being president of my life, okay? So if you have a business and you are trying to figure out things and, make decisions and whatnot, make sure you're the one making the decisions. A lot of times, I've even done this in my own business, consulted, my best friend and my friend over there and the person I'm dating and all this other stuff. But not once did I made a whole decision for myself. So I finally decided to start making decisions for myself, and I've been a lot happier. I've never felt so happy in my life because I'm making a decision, but I feel so happy. There's nobody saying, oh, well, I don't think that's going to work. That sounds dumb. Like, you know what? I don't know why I was talking to you, because I think I might have missed out on my calling listening to you. So with that being said, it's very important, whatever you do, whatever your business is, whatever your dream is, it's okay with your spouse or your girlfriend or your boyfriend, whoever the case may be, because being real, if they don't like what you do, they'll always have a problem with it. And to me, I can't marry somebody knowing that they don't like what I do. And people are like, well, that's foolish, you never get married. And I was like, well, eventually I will, because somebody gonna like what I do and they gonna love it. Okay. One of my friends actually had a conversation the other day, and she was just telling me how her man was acting and whatnot, and when it came to her doing what she does. And I was like, well, girlfriend and stuff. I don't know if they do that when you turn past 19. You have girlfriends, boyfriends after 19. Y'all answer that one. Yeah, I don't know if we still have girlfriend, boyfriend. But he, you know, he knew what you did. He see, you know, like, what's so wrong with it now? Is it because it's not equivalent? He's not matching what you're making? Because believe it or not, a lot of guys have a lot of insecurities about that. Okay, a lot of guys do. If you're making more money than them, they're gonna get hurt in the ego. So keep that in mind. But I was just really, really shocked and baffled by that. I was like, are you serious right now? Like, out of all the things, this is what this guy has a problem with. Okay. And like I said, I'll say it again, she's my friend, so that lets you know I got a lot of crazy going on in her life. I keep it crazy, okay? I keep it crazy. I think low-key he don't like me either, but we ain't gonna talk about it. So, you know, you gotta be the one making the decisions in your business. I look at a lot of these other companies, they have the CEO, CCO, whatever other, all those titles. To me, they don't mean squat, okay? They don't mean anything. Because at the end of the day, if it's my business, why am I not making the decisions? Now, if you're learning something, you need to know the numbers and this and that, and that's not your field, yes. Do delegate. Say, hey, how those numbers looking on this project? Is it a hit or is it a miss? That is more than okay. But you're making the decision if you want to run longer. You're making the decision if it's worth putting more money into. You have to make the decisions in your life. If you are in high school, you have to make the decision. Do I want to go to tech? Or do I want to go to a college? Or do I just want to go straight into a trade? Okay. One of my coworkers, her husband has been trying to, you know, get their son to decide what is he going to do. Her husband is a very, 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 very good plumber. The business and the amount of income he has coming in shows it. And he's telling him, he's like, after high school, I didn't even go to college. The company setup is that you come to them and they train you. They train you in every aspect of the business. Okay? And guess what? Then they're going to turn around and pay you. Why would I waste 4 years if that's something I know I can do? If you have a little bit of knowledge with it, you know, it's a dirty job. Nobody likes it. But it's a good one. I don't know how many times I needed to call a plumber. But the thing is, you have to make the decisions. You have to be the president, okay? You don't need a system of check and balances when it's you, okay? Only checks and balances you should do is your checkbook, okay? I know we don't write checks no more, so your bank account, okay? Is this feasible for my life right now? How much do I need to save up? Those are okay with checks and balances, but you don't need to be going and checking and balancing with everybody else who is in your circle. You say, hey, this is what I'm doing. Are you supporting or are you not? Okay? Not trying to be callous with it, but that's the kind of mindset that we need to go into life a little bit with 2020, okay? We need to be a little bit more guarded with our heart of our businesses and our ideas and our mantras, okay? So think about that on today, on President's Day, okay? It's the perfect day to think about it, okay? I have kids and they say all the time, I want to be a president. And I'm like, you are a president. You're president right now. But they don't get it, so they'll get it in the long run. But as always, my name is Becky D. Don't forget the name, capital D at the end. And if nobody has told you on this President's Day that they love you, know that I love you, and I know it's true because you complete me. Seriously. All right. So make sure you chime in. You can catch me on Spotify, Apple iTunes, Google Podcasts, YouTube as well. Okay. YouTube, I did notice, is actually a day behind or something like that. I got to check again, but it looked like it was a little bit behind. So I'm going to check to make sure the YouTube is current. But please make sure you click, like, subscribe, share, email, tweet, text, whatever you got to do. Okay. Send it to 500 people. I guarantee at least 10 will listen to it. Let the encouragement and motivation keep pushing you and driving you throughout your life and throughout your day. My name is Becky D. I'll see you tomorrow morning.